When your gear is on neutral, you have no trouble. Just keep your gear on neutral. You can get this internationally also. The same thing applies. The gears have neutral. Even the automatics have neutral gear. So remain in neutral. Neutral means positionless. Motionless, as I've been saying the last few days. And I've been saying also that in this neutrality, what happened? Did your sight stop? Did your hearing stop? Did your taste stop functioning? Nothing stopped functioning. Heart is still beating. Body sensations are still there. The world is still around. All that needs to happen is still happening. So getting into a gear is the false sense of control. It's like you're pretending to play PlayStation or something, but your joystick is not connected at all, and yet you're feeling that you're controlling the thing. Once it happened like this, my son plays this football game called FIFA. He plays it very well. And once I had the other controller, and we were like, okay, we are playing. And it was going well. I was looking at the screen and I was like, how come I'm playing well today? You see? And after a while, he realized, it can't be you. And we realized he was playing against the computer and my controller was actually not connected. But all this while, I was feeling like I'm playing. You see? So it could have happened that way, that day that it was going well. So this pride was coming, oh, I'm playing well. But suppose the computer was playing badly. You feel like, no, I'm playing terrible. Both options are possible. But I was controlling it. Was not there, you see, in reality. This gear, this joystick, is not connected to anything at all. Our idea of personally doing something has no impact on our phenomenal existence. What is happening is happening. It is, we are adopting just this false sense of control, which we have never had. And you know that I like to report from direct experience. So from direct experience right now, I am telling you that there is no Ananta sitting here speaking these words. There is no objective entity who is the creator of these words. These words are just appearing in the light of presence. We can't even say my presence because it is one presence. That's why the other day I was saying that the perceiving of them is the speaking of them. There is no two, it is one appearance. So the speaking is happening. But I remember there was a time that there was a sense here that the words that were coming here were being spoken by some me, some entity. But this is just not true. The non-existent one cannot move a finger. Okay? The mind might come and say, yes, but I can, I'll show you. But whether it happens or not happens is up to the will of consciousness alone. The mind does not know how to do any of this. Just like the words of the many in the world, those who are not in satsang also feel like they're creating their thoughts individually. So they're trying to think positive, which is useful at some level. But now you're seeing that even this concept of trying to think a certain way does not really help. Thoughts are just coming and going. Just like these words are being heard, In a different qualitative way, you are perceiving your thoughts. Both are just appearances in your consciousness, in your being. Then you are, then all of this is. When you are not, then no appearances. Even to presume that it is, like you might have an idea that the world continues when I am asleep, can only happen when you are awake. Even that presumption cannot happen in your sleep. What exists independent from your existence? That must be there. If there is something like that, it must be there when you are not. But you are finding that if my attention is not on something, then I cannot truly say that it exists. I can only presume. So we are getting out of this presume business now. We're not presuming anything because we have presumed a I, an I, presumed a I, an I. We presumed I, and this presumed I is never you. So when Guruji says, "Who are you without your stories?" means the same thing. Who are you without these presumptions about yourself? In neutrality, no presumption. In presumption, always suffering. In neutrality, reality is apparent. It is only a notion that there is something missing. How can something be missing for the one without a boundary? The idea that I stop at the body is a presumption. It is not natural. You see? We have presumed that we live in this three-dimensional or four-dimensional existence. But I'm taking you out from there. That which we call going within. When we say I'm going within, I'm checking on the source. I'm staying with the I am. In which dimension is that? Is there a I am sitting within the body? If you call a doctor and say, okay, I'm going to open the heart with a surgeon scalp or something, will you find one I am sitting here? It is. It is not in this dimension. What are the dimensions that we feel we exist in? The three dimensions of space. Huh? What is it? What is it? X, Y, and Z, no? Three dimensions. What does it mean? Front, behind, left, right, and up, down. These are the three dimensions in which we feel. And the fourth dimension is the presumption that we are living inside a time. You see? So the movement happens in time. It can feel like that. But when you go to I am, is it in front or behind? Is it left, right, up or down? Where is it contained? Your very existence, where is it? You have left this universe. It's not a big deal. Too crazy? Huh? It can seem like that because we have considered ourselves to be an object for so long that it can feel like, no, I can only move in this way. But really, this inquiry, who am I, introduces you to that greater aspect of yourself, which is not enclosed in any dimension. Tell me where it is. Where are you? Where is your existence? In which direction should I come to meet your existence? Should I come front, behind, Up, down, left, right. Cannot find it that way. Just this simple seeing will show you that you are not an object, because all objects are within these four dimensions: three dimensions of space and fourth dimension of duration or time. Isn't this so plainly obvious when you just check? My existence is not contained here in space or time. And this will become more and more natural to you. And the idea of being an object will start to sound funny. I know for many of you what I'm saying might sound a bit out there right now. But you will come to this point where Nisargadatta Maharaj was able to say that this apparent universe is nothing but a firefly dancing in front of me. So be this cow that jumped over the moon. The moon is your objective, worldly appearance. We are going beyond that. Where are you witnessing this world from? And even if it feels like I'm witnessing it from behind my eyes, find out who is behind these eyes. Who are you? You will see all of this in your neutrality, and your belief is not so caught up with what's in it for me. When your attention is not fully invested in the mind, then you are starting to recognize your own beautiful being. This is Atma, this is God, this is consciousness.